Hi, thanks for stopping by. Are you ready? The topic today is gun violence and my experience with it. Okay, way back when, I won't tell you how long ago because it'll bore you, but years ago, it was after a show I'd finished, and I was waiting outside of the theater for my girlfriend to come pick me up. We were going to go out that night, and she drove up and parked, and a car stopped behind her, but blocking her if she wanted to get out. I'll never forget it. It was a red compact of some sort. And she looked very frightened. So when she got out of the car and said that that other car had been following her. So I yelled out, "Can I help you?" And immediately a man got out of the car with a gun and held it out like this. I guess you call it gangster style. I'm not sure what that is called, but sideways. And his words were, "Tonight you're going to white." Yeah. And I said, "Oh, okay." I would say he was probably 5 yards from me. And I said, "Well, I better go then." Now, I'm very calm right now, but back then I was about to pee my pants. So I turned and walked the sidewalk to get back into the theater through the front door where there was a bar and a waiting area. And the whole time I was walking, I was praying, "Please don't shoot me in the back," because I was scared to death. And I am pro-gun. I don't need to go any farther than that, but I was a police officer at one point in my life. So at any rate, my story is to help you understand where I come from on my feeling about 2A, the Second Amendment. It probably took me 45 seconds to walk back into the theater. It felt like a whole year because the whole time I was walking, he was back in his car, somehow driving parallel to me. And he still had the gun. So I yelled out something stupid like, "I guess you'll have to shoot me in the back." Why would I do that? I don't know. Anyway, I got inside, and that's when I got weak legs and almost to tears, yelling, "Help, there's someone with a gun." Okay, so he was not caught, and I did not get shot. The point of this video is to let you know that just because I got a gun pulled on me and I came very close to getting shot does not change my thought process or my belief in the United States Constitution, which happens to be, according to my research, the longest constitution enacted and valid for any country in the United States. So I do believe that other countries even use our Constitution as a model in some areas. Now, I have friends that are extremely anti-2A, and I respect that. If that's what they want, more power to them. But I'd like to explain that to me, the Second Amendment is not about protecting us necessarily from bad guys or to fight our own crime. It's really to protect us against our own government should there be anything wacky going on. And I know there's the argument about, well, when the Constitution was written, we didn't have semi-automatic guns, and we didn't have bullets per se, because they had to use muskets, and they also used farm tools, etc., things like that. That's correct. But it does not change the fact that we need to be able to have a weapon if we so choose. And for folks that say, we need to disband that, I think is a terrible mistake. In my opinion, and with my experience, the bad guys aren't going to listen to that. They don't listen. That's why they're called bad guys and criminals. They're not going to just say, okay, I'm going to turn in all my guns. In fact, I think it would leave the average American citizen more vulnerable to crime, to gun violence. I have had to use a gun. I did not shoot my gun, but when I was much younger, someone broke into my home, and as I came through the front door, they were leaving, and I reached into my purse and got my wheel gun out. Yeah, it was the kind that revolves. It was a pistol. So, like, this is how I look at it. We've had a war on drugs since the 80s, I believe, maybe even before that. I don't think that worked, making all the drugs illegal and so forth and so on, because guess what? We have more people now that are standing around the streets of Kensington, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Tenderloin, Detroit, Chicago. They're all drugged out. That war on drugs has not helped. So I don't see how eliminating, saying, we're going to take away everyone's guns is going to help us. Because statistically, and I have it right here on my handy dandy iPad, which of course does not open when I'm making a video, right? So here I go. Here's some data. This is from pewresearch.org. I have no clue what Pew Research is, so I'm hoping it's legit. But this is not the only one that I've researched, but this is one that I can see. Now, I have to put glasses on, but I don't want to wear them in the video because I look like goo-goo eyes with the lights. I can't figure out how to not make me look like I'm crazy. So anyway, here I go. Quote, on a per capita basis, there were 14.6 gun deaths per 100,000 people in 2021. That's the highest rate since the early 1990s, but still well below the peak of 16.3 gun deaths per 100,000 people in 1974. I was stunned by this statistic. I had no clue. In 74, I was a goo-goo head teenager. Anyway, the gun murder rate of the U.S. remains below its peak level despite rising sharply during the pandemic. So I think this is what's going on. I think due to technology and the at your fingertips information, like that, literally, and the choice of home reporting, people like me who think they're on TV and giving out information and things like that, seems like there's more violence because it's reported on more than it used to be. Or when it was reported on before, maybe not so many people got it. Maybe they didn't get the Sunday paper or the newspaper or whatever. But now you don't even have to wait for that to get information. You can just do your own research and look for whatever you want that's going to fit your agenda that day. Now, I have friends that have lost relatives to gun violence, and I understand that they believe no one should have a gun. I can respect that. I don't agree with it, though. And that's what's so great about the United States. We can have our differences of opinion. That's what we're about. So next time that you see something about gun violence or school shootings, which is tragic, it's horrendous. It's beyond comprehension that someone can go and do things like that. I just want you to think about what it would be like if we lost our power over our own government, because they work for us, not vice versa. Anyway, have a great day. Thank you for stopping by. And remember, God loves you.